Parents and other viewers, this video will go over these topics: Gabb pricing, plans, devices, and their music app. Most of these topics are spread across the video as it will also include lots of data and specifics. If you don't want to see the data and specifics, there will be video chapters in the description to skip through parts of it. It will include some personal stories from current and former Gabb users. Have you ever heard of Gabb? Gabb is a phone company that is meant to be safe for kids. The issue with it is essentially everything. So to start, Gabb claims affordability on their products, including their monthly plans. However, they are actually more expensive than Verizon, which is the network that Gabb's network runs off of, which is much cheaper. Let's say you own a Verizon phone and you want to buy another for your child. By buying it as a second line, you can pay $10 monthly for your kid's phone, whereas Gabb's cheapest plan is a total of $25. With that plan, you do not get mobile data, the music app, image texting, or group chats, and the approved Gabb apps cannot be added to your child's phone. These are the extra apps, such as Duolingo and Sora, for example. It does say you do get unlimited texts and calls, but if you read the terms and conditions, you'll find out that in order to go with the fair use, you get 5,000 texts, 1,500 minutes of calls, and only 500 megabytes of mobile data usage. The plan with all of the features is $35 monthly, much higher than the other options other networks will give you in similar situations for these phones. Moving on to Gabb Music, which is somewhat criticized, as Gabb Music heavily filters what music your child can listen to. For example, many non-explicit songs are still blocked, as the song restriction service goes beyond what should be blocked. Despite these limitations, if you still want your child to have access to a music streaming service, a better option might be to create a Spotify family account and let your child use Spotify Kids. Even though Gabb's network is based off of Verizon, it is an MVNO, or a mobile virtual network operator, and the mobile data speed it is on is only 0.5 megabits per second once you go past the 500 megabytes, according to an anonymous user of a Gabb phone. Why? Well, in order to piggyback off of the mobile data and the texting and calling of Verizon, they have to pay Verizon. However, they likely pay the smallest amount required to operate as an MVNO, meaning while you can get unlimited mobile data and unlimited text and talk, it is very slow, as stated earlier with the gigabits per second speed, much slower than an average 5G network that would be something like 20 gigabits per second. The Gabb phones are very similar to a company or school-enrolled Chromebook or computer, as it is highly restrictive. Most of these parental control security features can be easily added to any other phone you buy, cellular or not. Heck, even some of the phones that are the hardware of the Gabb phones. The Gabb 4 Pro is literally just a Samsung Galaxy A15, and the new X6 Plus is a Gabb 4. And they're both affordable low-budget smartphones. Another anonymous former Gabb user shared this story with me, which I simplified to this. After a year and a half of using their Gabb phone, it broke down. Because of this, they called Gabb to get a new Gabb phone. And to not renew the contract for the old phone, instead of renewing their contract, they told Gabb to just let it finish off for the normal half a year period. Once they got the new Gabb phone, they noticed that the contract had been in fact renewed. Obviously annoyed by this, they called the Gabb hotline again, and were told that there had been a note placed on their account saying that they did not want their contract renewed, and that the other contract should have been there, essentially saying it was a glitch, and not to worry. Since they didn't have control over the account, their mother did, they decided to trust the customer service. A year later, after they graduated from that phone and decided to call Gabb's hotline again, they told them that in fact there was no note on their account, and in fact, they would have to pay money to end the contract early. There is one other story I will share here. At the time that the Gabb Z2 and 2 Pro were around, another person who we will refer to as Paul purchased the Plus phone after saving up for it since his parents told him that he would have to buy it for himself. He specifically purchased the Pro phone of the time for the extra exclusive apps like Duolingo and thinking it would last longer than the base model. Once he actually got the phone, he saw that the Gabb Music Plus he was promised wasn't out yet, along with the exclusive apps. Thinking that was fine, he decided to just wait a little while. It was 6 months before the features were rolled out, and the third-party feature, for example, only had 6 apps available, 5 of which at the time were based on religion, such as Bible apps. A year later, Gabb Music Plus still wasn't out. This, however, wouldn't be the worst thing he faced with Gabb. One day, when he was trying to text his friend, he lost signal. He tried restarting his phone, reinserting the SIM card, however, nothing worked. Frustrated, after a week, he decided to finally call Gabb support. He was on the phone with them for 3 hours, mostly on hold. They tried to tell him everything that could be done to fix it, but nothing worked. Due to this, they informed him it was likely broken and then he would have to buy a new phone, upsetting as he had spent over $200 getting that device, with it doing nothing he wanted it to do. He explained this to his parents, with them demanding that Gabb give them a new one. Gabb said that the Gabb Phone Plus had been discontinued, but they could send him the Gabb Z2 for free. However, he would have to renew his plan, the good side being that he would get the new phone, the 3 Pro, when it would release the next year as compensation for free. Later, when he did get the replacement phone, the Z2, which was a lower model, came. About a month of owning that replacement phone, the 3 Pro phone came out. He was somewhat excited to get the compensation phone that Gabb told him about, so he asked Gabb to send it to him as promised. However, they claimed that they had never made the promise on both devices, and said that since he had chosen the Z2, he wouldn't be getting the 3 Pro, meaning he would have to pay full price for the 3 Pro. He even tried to negotiate with them, being told it was his fault he chose the Z2. He ended up spending the price for the 3 Pro, and when he did get it, he didn't think it was all that bad. One day he tried using the share photo for the phone, but was shown an error message that it was blocked by Gabb, along with any file or video sharing on the device, the only method being texting to send the image. Eventually, all the Photos apps were removed and replaced with the Gabb Photos app, which crashes when in use. Their justification was that the old Photos app would give access to the internet, which is false since web views, the little web browsers that pop up sometimes when you click a link on a device, are all blocked. These are real stories of legitimate corporate greed, and of course many large corporations do these sorts of things, but it definitely puts some distrust in Gabb. Lastly, I will also mention the Gabb Watches, which are also a child-friendly device. The issue with these is mainly the cost. The Gabb Watches 2-year plan, if you don't already have a Gabb phone. The Gabb Watch itself also has a starting price of $149.99 if you are getting it as an add-on to your Gabb phone. If you are looking for and call your kid on, there are many other much more affordable smartwatches with a locator, text and talk, and other features. The Yumi Digi U Watch 5S is $35 and can receive calls and texts from the child's phone, as the U Watch, like many other smartwatches, are not fully independent, along with having a locator, along with a supposed 15-day battery compared to Gabb's 1-day battery. All the information I have spoken on has hopefully helped you make the right decision, and if you weren't making the choice, well, I hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe.